Hi, everyone. It's great to see you all here this morning, and welcome to our space. Thanks for joining us at Google today. I'm Brigitte Hoyer Gosselink, and I help lead the team at google.org, which is Google's philanthropic arm. I'm really excited because I feel like we've been, for a while, talking about, in our world, how we can have a bigger conversation that doesn't just involve tech players, but really involves everyone as we think about shaping the future of society with AI. And it's going to take all of us to get AI right. We know that it's going to take companies and governments and civil society and citizens, and we have together the potential to really chart that future. The future of AI isn't yet written, despite, I think, sometimes what it feels like as we watch this technology develop. This is a journey that we've been on for years together as we've seen the technology start to grow, and obviously in the last year, I think really so many more people focused on what this future will look like. At google.org, we've, of course, long believed in the potential for technology to really drive and enable new solutions to some of our biggest challenges. We've supported, over the past 6 years, over $200 million in grants to organizations who are using AI in their work to enable their solutions to be more effective, more efficient, and to reach the people that the outcomes that they care about and the people that they care about. And that is the potential of this technology that's happening today. And at the same time, we need to be clear-eyed that this is also not a silver bullet, like everything that we've seen before, and that there are, of course, risks that we need to mitigate as well. And so we've been thinking hard with our team across the company, but also with many of our partners about how we can continue to be investing in those solutions that are going to continue to drive that value that we know is there and that potential. How can we be thinking about the sort of opportunity for inclusive work and workplace change? And then, of course, how can we be supporting the ecosystem of responsible AI players that we know are necessary? How do we get more folks at this table as we shape this future? Ultimately, philanthropy has a huge role to play in this. Nonprofits and governments can do some of this work, but we as funders also have a huge potential to shape that agenda, to shape the way in which that conversation is happening, and to really critically provide necessary dollars and capital to support innovation, to support experimentation, and to support thoughtful dialogue and conversation about what is happening, and frankly, how we can be best supporting those on the front lines of social change to do their work more effectively and giving them the tools that they need. Ultimately, I'm hopeful that this conversation today, and will be the first of many, I know many of us have had a chance to connect, but I think it's been great to see many, many more folks coming from very different perspectives coming together to this table. And I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to come out of this with a shared understanding of what it will take for philanthropy to be the accelerant that we need in society for that future of AI to be shaped in a direction that will have the most impact for our world and the issues that we care about. I am so grateful to PAI, who does incredible work to convene these types of dialogues and conversations across so many critical topics on AI, and has been doing so for many, many years. So thank you so much to the team for convening us and for gathering this group and really setting this out as the start of a conversation for how AI and philanthropy can really be most effective in this moment. And with that, I will introduce Rebecca, the CEO of PAI, to share more. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for your work.
Thank you, Brigitte. Thank you so much for your leadership here. Thank you to everybody at google.org. Welcome, everyone. I'm Rebecca Finlay. I'm the CEO at PAI. And before I begin, yesterday I had an opportunity to be with some of our founders as well as some of the new people who've been engaged in our work. And so before I get underway, I just want to make sure I acknowledge Tara Lyons, our founding executive director, who's with us. Tara, I don't know where you are because I can't see, but please stand up and wave. Frank Torres was with us as well, one of the founding members of our board, and it really made me think about where we've come from. And it also made me think about the fact that today is the first day of spring, which I think gives us all joy as we get a little bit more sunlight, hopefully, in our mornings and in our evenings as well. Today is also World Happiness Day. Did anybody see that coverage this morning? I used to be at an organization where we were part of the research behind World Happiness Day. And so what happens is on World Happiness Day, all of the media look at it and rank where they're based and where their countries stand, right? And whether the US has fallen from being in the top 20 to number 23, as it was this morning, and whether Finland is still number 1, as it always is, and all the Scandinavian countries are as well. But it's not really about the rankings, right? It's about thinking about what are those core elements of social well-being and community and connection. Health and wealth absolutely contributes to happiness, but we also know that trust, friendship, neighborhoods where you feel safe, someone you can call when you need help, these are all of the leading indicators of what really drives happiness for humans and for their communities. And so when I think about the philanthropic sector, I feel as if you are all very much on the front lines of thinking about what does the system need? What are those issues about building connection across communities and across society? And of course, today, we have the opportunity to think about that through the lens of artificial intelligence, which is the work that we do at PAI. And I often say that almost anything you see in the news about AI tells us much more about humans than it necessarily tells us about the technology. And this is the work that we focus on right from all the way from fairness and transparency and accountability through to AI's impact on workers and worker well-being. We do a lot of work you're going to hear about later today in media integrity. This is really all of the concern this year around AI and elections and the misinformation and what do we need to be doing to make sure that people can find trusted sources of reliable and timely and relevant information at the most critical moment, which is when they are going to vote. So those are some of the things we're going to talk about today. They really are examples of the work that we're doing at PAI. And you all, of course, know about generative AI, and that's a piece of our work too. We released guidance last year to really think about what does safety and responsibility look like all the way from the very early stages of research and development in these systems to when they actually deployed in very, very different use cases. So we're going to grapple with all of this today, and we're really looking forward to it. We want these days to be both an opportunity for connection and community building, but also to start to dig into some of those substantive issues as well. So very happy to welcome you all to our very first AI and Philanthropy Forum. Thank you so much. We will, of course, have a photo at some point so we can all attest that we were there on the day when it began. But we're also doing something else today, which is that the way we work at PAI is we work through steering committees, groups that come together, are multi-stakeholder in nature, and give us advice in terms of the priorities and the work that we're doing. So we're also announcing our brand new AI and Philanthropy Steering Committee. So could all the members who are with us today stand up and be recognized? I want to thank you all for your time, for your commitment, for your expertise and wisdom. Great to have you here. Thank you.